council rooms. Please call the roll.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Hoover,
Yes.
Shuck,
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Good. The minutes, if anyone has any corrections for the April minutes?
I motion we accept the minutes.
We have a motion to accept the minutes as written. May we have a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Hoover,
Yes.
Shuck,
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Announcements. Anyone have any announcements? Nope. Clubhouse, moving on to reports, Clubhouse. Gary did send an email today saying that he was unable to attend. I had no questions for him. We did not get a report. Did anyone else have any questions that he sent, you sent and answered? No? So we have nothing for golf course or the clubhouse. Parks. Cliff.
Well, since the last meeting, we've replumbed West City restrooms that had old steel lines in it, and we had a couple leaks, so we just went ahead and redid it all, so we didn't have to deal with it anymore. Had some minor storm damage from all these storms coming through that we had to clean up. With all the rain, we've been trying to keep up with the mowing. It's been a little rough. Got the concrete cornhole boards installed there behind the restrooms at Riverwalk. And one of the main things we've been doing is everything Gary has up there is broken down at least twice, it seems like, so we've been kind of stuck in the shop most of the spring. Another exciting thing, I've been working with a lady at North Miami, and we're getting some free summer interns.
I hate to say this. Do they usually cost $20 each or something if
No.
they're free today?
It's free, they pay them.
That's not what I
Oh,
meant.
the school does?
Yeah.
No, I meant they were free as in a free gift.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm sorry, that's how I read that. We have free interns. Okay, so they're going to start in June?
One of our big projects is going to be Miami's fort. We've had church groups come in and help seal it and stuff here and there, but it's never got finished since I've been here. So we're going to go through and pressure wash that whole playground, reseal the whole thing, and it also needs a load of playground mulch, so we'll have them work on that as well. So that's going to be one of the big projects I want to have them working on, is kind of,
How much is that going to cost for sealer?
I don't know. It's a good question. I might see if I can get Ace to donate some.
Because there's a lot of painting involved. It's very,
It's a big structure, yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Then the remainder of the season, continue working on equipment here and there. Got to finish up sand volleyball courts.
Are they ever going to get that done?
Okay, if I can get out of my shop. That's the problem is my hourly guys, they're caught up mowing and weed eating and all that good stuff. So until I can get everything fixed and get out of the shop, I'm hoping to get out there next week is my goal. Then at some point, the Rotary Park's going to go in. I haven't heard anything from any of them about that. And as usual, there's dead trees here and there we got to take out.
Do you have a lot?
Not as many as we had when I started. There's one over by Pavilion 1 down in the lower park. There's a couple along the trail that we got to get rid of, but
I mean, are we catching up? Because
Yes.
you always talk about taking dead trees down.
well, it's all the dead ash mainly
Okay,
from the ash borer.
Right.
And we've made a good dent in it over the past few years, so we're getting to the point where we might get caught up this year, depending on how the year goes. Then we got to finish up the concession stand. Hopefully that should be done here in the next few weeks as well.
okay.
And you got a guy for, was it the electrical or the plumbing you were?
Electrical.
Electrical?
Yeah.
And you got that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is he going to come?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He should be starting probably next week or week after.
Because I remember you saying it wouldn't take long for what he needed to do.
No. It'll, at most, more than likely only take him 3 or 4 days, at most a week.
So his equipment repair and your equipment repair, I mean, how much time have you spent trying to keep it running?
If you count servicing it in the winter, like the oil changes and whatnot, Heidi and I have spent since probably the beginning of October until now. That's pretty much all we've done is work on equipment.
Because there's only you who can do repairs, right?
Heidi and I both do. She helps with mainly like service stuff, oil changes is the easy stuff.
Okay.
And I've kind of trained her how to do some of the other things, so.
Gosh, that's a lot of time. So you don't get much time for anything else if you're spending your
It's got, this year's been really bad because everything's getting older, but hopefully with this bond, whatever's left from irrigation, where he's getting equipment, so that should alleviate that hopefully.
Well, they have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Mr. Carey?
I just want to say that the concrete cornhole is fantastic. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's spaced out like it's supposed to be, and it turned out really well.
Do I get a kudo for suggesting it?
Sure. That might be another project they can work on as one of your projects, the checkerboard on a picnic tables.
Well, I just thought they were such a good idea.
Well, and that, it's just us getting time to do it with interns.
Yeah, I mean, all you'll need to do is make some sort of grid thing or something, won't you?
Right, just tape it off and,
Right,
yep.
because I think you could spray that, I mean, it only needs one color,
Right.
Yeah.
because you don't need to do the other.
I was like, why did I think you would need two? Yeah, you're right, you just need one.
You just need one. Yeah, it's okay. So would you put them on most of the benches?
I
Most
would
of
probably,
the
maybe
benches?
do it at like one at each pavilion or something like that, I think would suffice.
Right, yeah. I mean, because people can pick up all sorts of stones, or just bring things with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would that be something that, does that need to be an addition to the city's website saying that, checkers boards will be marked, bring your own?
Yeah, that might be something we could add to the site that describes each
I
pavilion.
think we should do that. We're going to do it, just so that they know it's available.
Yep. Be something we could do when we get them all done.
Given that we have the one cornhole, do you think eventually we'd need another one somewhere else?
It's one of those deals where if I have money at the end of the year, we'll pick one up, and last year I did, so it worked out.
Oh, good. I'm glad we did that. Or rather, you did it, not me. All right. Any other questions?
What is left to do at the volleyball courts?
I'm just going to cut in a little gravel parking lot. I got some gravel donated, so I'm going
Yeah.
to put a little gravel parking area right there. Then I basically just got to, we got to paint the poles, seed around it, and put the nets up, hardware nets up. So the poles are in the sands, and just got to get a parking area and get the poles and nets taken care of.
Are you going to do any treated 4x4 posts laying across the ground around it or anything to keep the sand in?
No, the only problem with that is they're hard. If you get edges on those
Yeah.
things, they make
Yeah.
the ones that have foam caps on them, and they're kind of expensive.
Okay.
So I was just going to leave it grass. And
Because this is just fun, really, isn't it?
what's that?
This is just fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not serious.
if they want to have some sort of tournament down there, I guess they could.
Well,
More power to 'em.
as you say, more power to them if that's what they want.
Right.
Yes.
How,
But is it likely to be done soon so they can use it?
Yes, I would like to have it done by June for sure.
Oh, okay. We got 2 weeks.
Right.
I guess my only suggestion, and take it or leave it, is if you keep getting bogged down with equipment, maybe get the nets and posts and leave the parking lot for later, because I could see people just walk in from wherever and
Right,
let them play.
right. Yep,
Yeah.
sounds like a plan.
how are the courts going to be marked off as far as like the back line or whatever?
I don't have any markings there. Basically, the court is the edge of the sand, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, this is not
right.
standard stuff for tournaments, or it's just for people who want to giggle like I do when I play volleyball and chuck it over the net.
Okay.
I don't play volleyball anymore. No, I tore a ligament in my wrist, rehabbing my knee, playing.
Okay.
Yeah, at phys ed. All right. Okay. Old business, bylaws update. Carson and I met with the mayor last week. Last week? Yes, May 2nd?
Sure.
I think it was May 2nd.
Thursday.
Yes, yes. And we had a discussion about what he wanted to see from us and what we wanted to know, what he wanted from us, so that there was this two-way. And the upshot is that he is going to provide us with his expectations of what the Parks Board should be doing. And we asked for the same information, what it is he wants us to be doing, because we don't have any formal instructions except what's on the state Tier 3 website. Again, they're not, what's the word for it? They're not, it's not very direct. It's not very, it doesn't give you a lot of direction. Yes, so we asked to have it pointed so we knew what he expected of us and what we expect of the city for us to do, so that we are actually aboard. So he's going to be in contact with us again. So we are making progress. I didn't want you to think that we weren't doing this. We have been with him. He was actually quite positive. He said he was impressed that we wanted to know what he wanted us to be doing for the city, that we'd actually have met with him twice with that regard as a committee. So I think we are making progress. Anything else? Next on new business, we have, it's called, we all received last month. This is a declaration of official intent to reimburse expenditures. And this is going to be read by me. We will then have a motion to discuss. We will vote on the motion to discuss. We will then discuss. Then we will have a motion to accept. And I will read this, just the title again, and we will vote to do that. And then I will sign, and the secretary will sign, depending on the vote. Everyone got a copy of this? Did you bring it with you for this week, this month? No? Okay.
It's in my drawer.
This is the declaration of official intent to reimburse expenditures. Whereas the Park and Recreation Board of the Peru Public Recreation District intends to finance the cost of the construction of certain park improvements pursuant to the bond resolution authorizing the same project. And whereas the district expects to issue debt for the project in an estimated amount of $1,760,000 in aggregate principal amount for purposes of paying or reimbursing cost of the project. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Park and Recreation Board of the Peru Park and Recreation District that, Section 1, the board hereby declares its official intent to construct the project, to reimburse costs of constructing the project with proceeds of either temporary or long-term debt to be incurred by or on behalf of the district, and to issue debt in the estimated amount of $1,760,000 in aggregate principal amount for purposes of paying and reimbursing cost of the project. Section 2, the resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, adopted May 9th of May 2024. I will make a motion to discuss this official declaration. Please call, may we have a second?
I'll say.
Please call the vote.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Hoover,
Yes.
Shuck,
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
All right. We all received a copy of this last year. This is just merely, this allows them to use some of the money to pay some of the costs that have been incurred, as in some of the work done by the projects managers of the proposed irrigation system. So they're going to pay some of the bills they've already incurred with this money that they knew was going to be part of that. Right? Everybody understand that? Yes? No? Okay. Any questions? I mean, it's fairly simple to me. We're paying a bill. That's basically what they're wanting money. Oh, they're wanting access to money to pay the bill, and then this will go to the city council, and they will vote to do it. Any questions on that from anyone? No? All right. The next motion is to pass this, the declaration of official intent. May we have a second?
I'll second it.
The motion is to pass the official declaration of intent. Call the roll.
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Hoover,
Yes.
Shuck,
Yes.
All
Great.
right, thank you.
Yes.
Motion to approve the declaration is unanimous, and I will sign. Sign. Pen's dying. All right. All right, having done that, any other new business? No? Moving on, comments. Anyone have a comment?
I do.
All right, comment from the secretary?
The Kiwanis group reached out today and just asked if they can reserve the pickleball courts for a tournament on September 21st. I told them we'd bring it here tonight and talk on it.
We'll have to get with Matthew so we can get a sign put up there to make sure everybody knows.
And they do have to contact him to reserve it, correct?
Yes.
And someone else actually has a pickleball tournament scheduled.
It's in July.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
July? Okay. So this is Kiwanis.
Does anybody object?
I don't have a problem with it.
I didn't think so.
Do
So-
we need a motion?
We can vote if you want. Motion to approve Kiwanis reserving pickleball courts through Matthew for September 21st. It's all day, so it would 8 to close or whatever, so. I motion,
I'll second the motion. Call the roll?
Paul,
Yes?
Ray, yes. Hoover,
Yes.
Shuck,
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
All right.
Question for you on that. Do they have to pay to reserve that? Kind of like how you have to pay to reserve a pavilion?
As far as I know, not,
They
no.
just have to make sure they say something
Yeah.
beforehand?
But this is a charity thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not quite the same as, what are they, 503Bs or something, which are a charity organisation.
I will say, I know we've talked about it before, because I know it's been brought up for like not only the pickleball, but whatever else. And in the past, we've always said no, because usually it's like a fundraiser for some charity and we're just, letting them use the facilities. We could bring it up again if we think it's,
I mean, you
It's just
think,
if it's locked down all day,
yeah,
then the community can't use it,
right.
so.
By that-
That's the only reason I
By
bring
that
it up.
same token, the community doesn't pay to use it either.
right, right. Yeah, well, we all pay our taxes, is basically what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question for you, Cliff. Now, Gary brought up an idea about trying to hire a mechanic up there to where it didn't take all of your time. Has that gone any further?
There's been discussion with the mayor about that, and there's a possibility that might happen, but I'm not sure if it will or not.
I mean, I know it would be like a full-time position or whatever, but I'm sure it would save you some time and
Oh, yeah.
for you to be able to get your stuff done that you need to get done.
Right, exactly. Hopefully it happens, we'll see.
Okay.
If they, I guess it would all come down to them finding the money, wouldn't it? Because the person would be, I'm not sure if the person would be a full-time employee. Because if you do that, then it does cost a lot. Because you have to pay insurance, you have to pay PERF, state employee PERF. I mean, there's a lot of things to be done when you hire someone full-time.
No, that's understandable, but if
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
need,
no, I
if
agree
it's a needed
completely.
necessity,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Well, the issue, it won't be a huge issue if we get a bunch of new equipment, you know what I'm saying? Because then at that point, all you're doing the first few years is just changing oil and greasing it. So that doesn't take long at all, but it's just now that, I mean, there's a lot of, most of his stuff has 4,000 plus hours on it, so it's, like a car having 300,000 plus miles on it, it's getting there.
I got one of those.
Yeah,
I have a Honda hybrid,
nice.
and I think it's over 320 now. Touch wood.
Well, some of his stuff's got the equivalent of 500,000 miles on it.
There you go, yeah. I mean, do you actually know what is the youngest piece of equipment?
Probably his sprayer, I would guess.
Well, you just got those gators.
They're used.
Oh, were they?
The bad thing, when he did that, they're a newer model, but they have more hours than the ones he had. So, in my opinion, because I've had the one in there 3 times now and had to pull a transmission apart. He just got it last year, so.
Well, the one he gave the street department, we got running good. It works well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, he get one of the old ones?
Yeah, we had to, we couldn't find hardly any parts for it, but did some modifications and it does great.
Nice.
We use it to pull around that water tank and stuff, so we don't have to borrow your guys'.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Give that guy part-time hours.
There you go.
The guy who can do that.
Their mechanic is there, he's the last one to leave every day, so he's getting so much overtime right now.
Oh, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't been there for 2 weeks because he's got so much comp time, they won't give him anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got to use it up like that.
So we're on this too much, too little.
Yeah,
right?
that's how it goes.
Right.
But yeah, he's always there. I told him they should build him an apartment.
Any questions from the floor? Comments?
Comment,
Comment?
yes. The Heartland Career Center has a mechanic department. Could we form an internship to get assistance
That's a good
and
question.
experience? They would get experience, y'all would get help.
That's probably a question for the mayor. Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to design that, the high school will help design the
Yeah.
parameters. of
Again,
the
I,
internship to get
yeah,
the
I mean,
credit.
I think you, Brandy, are probably in the city council would be, have a better chance of suggesting something like that. I don't know that any of us would object.
Oh, no, free labor is always nice.
Yeah,
On that note, could you use volunteers at the sand volleyball to get that ready? Or is that something that really needs your personal touch?
Well, actually, the traffic department is gonna paint the poles for me, because the mayor wants to get that done soon. Then basically, all I gotta do is put the hardware on the poles, but then putting the gravel parking area in is gonna be me, because it's on equipment. So, really,
Or I could bring you 8 teenagers with shovels, but if the equipment's faster, that's cool.
yeah.
any other questions, comments? No? All right, the next meeting of the Parks Board is June 13th at 5 o'clock. And having completed our agenda, we are adjourned.